Good morning, grab your cup. This is part 2 of a little series that I'm doing on how to make your life flow with more ease, how to live in relationships and circumstances where you don't feel like you're constantly efforting, like going uphill in the mud to make your life go the way you want. My name is Linda Downey. I'm a transformational health and whole life coach. And in part 1, I use the analogy of attracting bees to you by growing a particular garden that attracts bees, which is very different than going out and trying to catch individual bees, right? So that was the analogy. And I mentioned the law of attraction, attracting things to you, which I think everybody at this point has heard about. But if you don't fully understand it, you're not using it in the way that you could be in your life. So let's talk a little bit more about that. The law of attraction is a law. It's a universal law. So this conversation applies whether you believe in God and see God as the main orchestrator of everything, or whether you're more of a science believer. It works either way because God is going to use certain things to make life happen. So life is clearly organized and intelligent when you look out in nature, the way that birds fly together, the symmetry in nature. There's clearly a way that things work and a way that things don't work. And there are actually about 12 universal laws. I'm going to mention the law of gravity. That's one of the universal laws, and people are much more familiar with that. So the law of gravity says things are going to fall. It doesn't matter whether you understand that law. It doesn't matter whether you've ever heard of it before. A baby who knows nothing about gravity is going to fall. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or not. The law of gravity says things that are not supported are going to fall to the earth. There's a pull from the earth that makes gravity happen. So the law of attraction is the same thing. The law of attraction says that we are electromagnetic beings, and there is an electromagnetic frequency that runs through us. That frequency, what that frequency is governed by your thoughts and feelings. So your thoughts send out an electric impulse, and your feelings are the magnetic part that pull things back to you. The electromagnetic force, the frequency that is moving through your body, all of our bodies, all the time, that's how we are alive. It's a life force energy. That frequency, whatever it is constantly attracting to it what is a match for that frequency. So it doesn't matter what you want. What you're actually attracting in your life is coming from the frequency of how you think and feel. That's a really brief explanation of the law of attraction. We'll get into more in part 3.